Welcome to Ford Hub, where we dive into the heart of automotive legends and bring their stories roaring back to life. Today, we're stepping back into the golden era of American muscle, the early 1980s, to revisit one of Chevrolet's most iconic machines, the 1981 Chevrolet Camaro. A car that carried the raw spirit of performance and style through one of the most transitional decades in automotive history. This wasn't just another muscle car, it was the last of a dying breed, the final roar before the Camaro evolved into something new. The 1981 Camaro represents the closing chapter of the second generation, a model that ran from 1970 all the way to 1981. After over a decade of evolution, the 81 Camaro was both a celebration and a farewell to the design language that made it legendary. Its low, wide stance, muscular body lines, and aggressive front end perfectly captured the essence of late 70s and early 80s performance design. It looked fast even when standing still, and that was exactly what Chevy intended. The front fascia of the 1981 model featured the iconic split grille design with quad-rectangular headlights that gave it a bold and unmistakable face. The aerodynamic shape, long hood, and short rear deck gave the car a perfectly balanced silhouette. The hood scoop and subtle fender flares hinted at its muscle under the skin. And while the era's emission standards were tightening and performance was being choked by regulation, the Camaro still carried that unmistakable sense of attitude. You could see it and instantly know, this was a driver's car. Chevrolet offered the 1981 Camaro in several trims, including the base Sport Coupe, the luxurious Berlinetta, and the fire-breathing Z28. The Z28 was the crown jewel, instantly recognizable by its bold graphics, front air dam, rear spoiler, and functional hood air induction system. The induction flaps on the hood would open under heavy acceleration, feeding cool air into the engine, not only a performance feature but also one of the coolest visual touches of the entire decade. Under the hood, the 1981 Camaro offered a range of engines depending on the trim level and market. The base models came with a 3.8-liter V6, but true enthusiasts look to the 5.0-liter and 5.7-liter V8 options. The Z28's 5.7-liter small block V8 produced around 175 horsepower, modest by today's standards but impressive for its time, especially considering the emission restrictions of the early 80s. It came paired with either a 4-speed manual or a 3-speed automatic transmission, both tuned to deliver the kind of driving feel that made the Camaro name legendary. Inside, the 1981 Camaro balanced sport and comfort in a way that defined the era. The cabin featured deep bucket seats, a driver-focused dashboard, and analog gauges that gave a sense of mechanical connection to the car. The Berlinetta trim took luxury a step further, with plush velour seats, wood grain accents, and extra sound insulation for a smoother, quieter ride. It was the kind of car that could take you to a drag strip on Friday night and then cruise downtown in style on Saturday. Technology in 1981 was starting to evolve, and the Camaro reflected that shift. It was the first year the model used onboard computer controls for the carburetor system, a precursor to the digital management systems we know today. It also came with power windows, air conditioning, and optional T-top roof panels that let drivers enjoy open-air freedom without compromising the coupe's rigid structure. These were small touches that made a big difference in the ownership experience. On the road, the 1981 Camaro delivered exactly what drivers expected: raw, responsive, and full of character. The suspension was firm, the steering tight, and the rear-wheel drive setup ensured pure driving engagement. While it wasn't the tire-shredding monster of the early 70s, it was still a car that demanded respect. Every rumble of the V8 reminded you that this was still a true American performance machine, born in Detroit and built to thrill. What makes the 1981 Camaro even more special is what it represented: the end of an era. It marked the final year of the second-generation body style before Chevrolet introduced the all-new, more aerodynamic third-generation Camaro in 1982. The 81 model stood as the bridge between two worlds, the old-school muscle car age and the modern performance movement that was about to begin. For collectors and enthusiasts, that makes it an especially meaningful piece of automotive history. Today, the 1981 Chevrolet Camaro remains a favorite among classic car lovers and restorers. It's a symbol of perseverance, a car that managed to keep the flame of American muscle alive during one of the toughest times for performance vehicles. Its timeless styling, unmistakable stance, and rich heritage continue to turn heads more than 4 decades later. Whether it's cruising down a sunny boulevard or roaring at a weekend car meet, the 1981 Camaro still carries that spirit of rebellion, freedom, and pure driving joy. The Camaro has gone through many transformations over the years, evolving into high-tech, high-performance machines. But when you look back at the 1981 model, you can see the soul of what made the Camaro name unforgettable. It's not just a car, it's a reminder of an era when style, sound, and attitude defined performance. Thanks for watching Ford Hub, where we celebrate the legends that shaped automotive history. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1981 Chevrolet Camaro, hit that like button, subscribe for more classic car stories, and stay tuned, because here at Ford Hub, every engine has a story worth hearing.